Well, come on in and stay a while. It's the Borderland Blitz, sponsored by Southwest University. I'm Major Ochoa.
And I'm B. Martinez. Things on the gridiron are heating up this week as we have reached week number 8 of the high school football season. Adrian, I can't believe it, man. It's been flying by.
It's flying by. And, you know, the schedule for this week, a little light, as a lot of teams are on a bye this week, and that includes every team in District 1-5A Division 1, but still some great games with district title implications on the line. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup. Our game of the week is in District 1-4A Division 1 as the Irvin Rockets hosted the Austin Panthers. Austin looking to remain undefeated in district play.
Then we'll head to Horizon. Now the Scorpions with a tough matchup against the Del Valle Conquistadores. Del Valle undefeated on the season, and they were hoping to keep it that way. And then a District 1-6A showdown at the SAC. The Eastwood Troopers taking on the Pebble Hill Spartans.
Well, so here we go. District 1-4A has given us some of the best games of the season, let's be honest. And this one looked to have all the key ingredients of another good matchup. The Austin Panthers, a perfect 4-0 record in district play, but they paid a visit to Irvin, who was on a 3-game win streak. The Rockets 3-1 in district play. It's been a heck of a turnaround for the program under head coach John Elliott. His first season at Irvin in the first quarter here. Austin on the move. The handoff to Sal Duarte, and he will not be denied. 45 yards for the house call, 7-0 Panthers. Then more Panthers. The handoff this time to the big man, Oscar Flores. Round the outside, and he's in for another Austin touchdown. That made it 14-0 Panthers, and more from the Panther run game. This run game is just unbelievable. They went to Duarte, and it's the same result. Panthers rolling 21-0, but right before the half, Irvin finally gets it going. This is Dallas Medina. He's going to air it out to Michael Salazar, dodging a few defenders. Yeah, maybe that's a sweet play of the week nominee for sure there from the Rockets. They're finally on the board at this point. It was 21-7 at the half in the third quarter. Austin up 28-7. The Rockets going to find pay dirt once again to cut Austin's lead to 7. But too big of a hill to climb for the Rockets as Austin remains perfect in district play. 5-0. Final score tonight, 31-14. Go ahead and hear from those victorious Austin Panthers.
Defense, we root ourselves on defense. Both teams had key players missing on defense, and it's just whatever was left for this particular night. And but we root ourselves on defense in the running game, and both of them functioned pretty well today.
And just put it out there, give it all how we got. All that hard work we put in during practice, I feel like we prepared for this team well, and we came out to play.
Yeah, defense phenomenal, and also that run game. You have those two backs.
Well, big congrats to the Panthers. Well, in District 1-5A Division 2, the Andrews Eagles look to stay among the top teams in the district, but the Burgess Mustangs were in desperate need of a win if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. Now, before we head to the action, let's take a listen to the talented Young Women's Academy drumline who was playing at this game. All right,
yeah,
we're here.
love it.
Yeah, I know, right? I had to shine some light. We're here in the first quarter. Burgess quarterback Marcus Sanchez with a connect to Abraham Taha in the end zone for a Mustang touchdown, taking a 7-0 lead. But here comes the Eagles with a response. Quarterback Jamari Milton lets it fly, and Michael Taylor is there for the catch and gets both feet in, and that'll go down as an Eagle touchdown. Now scoring now 7-6, and here comes Andres again. Sanchez with the dish to sophomore Carmelo Jones and gets that touchdown like a smooth criminal. Andres tops Burgess 34-21 to better their playoff chances.
Smooth criminal, huh? There you go. Well, let's send it over to Rishi Oza, who had a couple of games of his own that he went to check out, and for the first time ever, he was not at the SAC tonight. How'd it go, Rishi?
That's true, man. I'm feeling a little homesick, but I did have a couple games for me today. Both were District 1-5A Division 2 matchups. I started at Horizon High School, where I got to see future Arizona State Sun Devil Forks Up, Jake Fetty, and the Del Valle Conquistadores take on the Horizon Scorpions. The Conquistadores got a stop on defense to start the game. They wasted no time getting into this one. Fetty starts off with the screen pass to Abraham Garcia to get the first down. Then he's going to swing it over to his fellow Division 1 commit, Shelton Fuller. Gets a couple of blocks, makes some people miss, and he's gone down the sideline, can't quite keep his feet in bounds. He thought he had a touchdown, but it's okay because that sets up the fake jet sweep, and then Fetty with the perfect throw to his guy Ryu Nunez for the touchdown. Del Valle stays perfect this season. They get the victory 42-21. 6-13. And the second game for me tonight was the Hanks Knights hosting the El Paso Tigers. These two teams right next to each other in the district standings, and both teams trying to bounce back after taking some big losses last week. Hanks to Del Valle and El Paso to Chapin. I got to this game as the second half was starting. Hanks up 14-8 and El Paso driving. We pick up here on 3rd and 13. Tigers quarterback Martin Gonzalez with the screen pass to Derek Rodriguez. And you better remember that name, folks. He's going to be good. Rodriguez has some blocks and a first down for El Paso. Then on another 3rd down later in the drive, Gonzalez, you might have to check his pockets because it looks like he dropped a dime. Santiago Gonzalez in the back corner of the end zone for the score. El Paso ties the game 14 apiece. And then Hanks looking to respond. Knights quarterback Jordan Morales has a ton of time in the pocket. He's going to throw a deep pass to Alex Robles, and that's another sophomore who you got to remember going forward. Then Morales on the next play. He's going to check it down to Morales right here. He's going to roll to his left, check it down to Morales. He's going to let Morales do all the work to juke out a defender, break a tackle, go out of bounds with another Hanks first down. This drive went into the 4th quarter. A running back, Dean Duter, gets the handoff. He's going to juke a guy at the goal line, get into the end zone to give Hanks the lead back. This one came down to the wire. Hanks got a touchdown from Alex Robles with less than a minute to go, giving them a 26-21 victory. That's going to do it for me tonight. 2 weeks without the sack. Like I said, getting a little homesick. I don't know what's going on. I will say I wish I could have stayed to the end of the Hanks game, but some good action from all 4 teams tonight. B, Adrian, back to you guys.
The good games travel with you, Rishi.
They do. They always do.
Yeah, so no worries. That's all that matters.
All right. Well, in District 1 6A, it was an Eastside showdown at the SAC between a team at the top of the district standings and one close to the bottom. Pebble Hills entered their game against Eastwood 2-0 in district play, but the Troopers were out to get back in the win column and snap a 2-game losing streak. Now here's Pebble Hills coming out in the second half. Now the Spartans would start the second half with the ball. Quarterback Joe Fernandez would find the open man Zarian Quarles right through the middle, who would catch and score the first touchdown of the second half. Then Eastwood, this time they have possession of the ball. Quarterback Andre Sians with a deep pass to the end zone, looking for Caleb Flores, who would make the tough catch for the touchdown. Maybe potential sweet play there. We'll see.
That's a good one. Yeah, for sure.
Well, Pebble Hills from their own half would run the ball, and it would be Quarles once again running straight through Eastwood's defense all the way to the house. Now Pebble Hills snags a big win over the Troops. Final score 43-14.
Fortunately, 3 losses for the Troop. We'll head across town to West El Paso Cougar Stadium. Franklin Cougars hosting the Socorro Bulldogs. Franklin looking to get their 3rd win in district play. Socorro still winless in district. On Franklin's first drive of the game, Lucas Garza play action. He drops a dime to Santiago Perez, and Santiago going to tell everyone, yes, that's the first down. Cougs in the red zone, and they're going to cash in a few plays later. The handoff to Ernie Powers, and Ernie Powers welcomed the end zone city. Franklin up 7-0, but then later in the first, a costly mistake by the Cougs. We got a loose pigskin. The ball is loose, and it's Roman Alvarado with the scoop and score for Socorro. Game tied at 7. But on the ensuing kickoff, the Cougars going to make up for it because it's another Ramon Gonzalez. He's going to shake off a defender right here. There, down goes one, and whoop, down goes another. And he's got nothing but the green turf in front of him. That's a touchdown for the Cougs, and that couldn't be another potential sweet play nominee.
That's going in the books.
that made it 14-7. Cougars on top, and it's going to be the Franklin Cougars coming away with the victory over Socorro. 35-14 was the final. Congratulations to those Franklin Cougars. They get Eastlake next week, so that's going to be a big time matchup, and I believe that game is over at the SAC. So Rishi, if Rishi's still here, he'll be at that one, so he's got another good game to look forward to next week.
Awesome. Well, we want to remind you that you can watch the Borderland Blitz on the KVI ABC 7 CTV app. It's available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. You can rewatch Borderland Blitz if you want to relive the action, or if you missed it 1 week, and go ahead and replay it.
Well, there you go. We still got plenty more to come on this week's Borderland Blitz. We're going to go ahead and check in with those Riverside Rangers. They were trying to keep their perfect season intact, taking on Mountain View tonight, while also the Sleda taking on Clint. And then we'll head over to Las Cruces, where the Centennial Hawks, also undefeated on the season, but could they remain that way against the Oregon Mountain Knights?